Hello, and welcome to Discover Women in Jazz 2024. I'm Raina Hersh, and I'll be your host for tonight's concert, being broadcast live from our Long McQuade Performance Hall. I want to say a big hello to all of our friends tuning in on the radio and online, to our friends joining us on YouTube, and to our honored guests in the Long McQuade Performance Hall. We are so happy to have you all join us today. JAZZ.FM91 is proud to present the 4th season of Discover Women in Jazz, sponsored by the Pat and Tony Adams Freedom Fund for the Arts, a legacy fund bequeathed by Tony Adams to honor the love that he and Pat shared and to continue their tradition of encouraging jazz artists, giving them the opportunity to develop their skills and share their talents with audiences everywhere. This evening's concert features Joanna Majoko. Joanna is a vocalist, composer, percussionist, and band leader. She is a regular presence on the bandstand with some of the country's top musicians, including Larnell Lewis, Jane Bennett, and David Clayton Thomas, and she's performing at some of the world's biggest festivals and historical venues, such as the Montreal Jazz Festival, Switzerland's International Jazz Festival Bern, and the Birdland Jazz Club in New York City, just to name a few. Majoko has established a reputation as one of Canada's most exciting young singers. Joanna has been the recipient of various accolades, including the Toronto Arts Foundation's Emerging Jazz Artist Award in 2021, Buyback's People's Choice Awards Jazz Artist of the Year Award in 2019. Born in Germany to German and Zimbabwean parents, Majoko spent the majority of her childhood in Zimbabwe, where she grew up speaking Shona and German and participating in choirs, musicals, drum ensembles, and traditional Zimbabwean dance groups. Joanna then made stops in South Africa and Manitoba before making her way over to Toronto, where she has found a steady stream of festivals, radio stations, and club programmers who are eager to hear her voice. Majoko has been a fixture at the TD Toronto Jazz Festival, on JAZZ.FM91, at clubs like The Rex and Poetry, and at major venues including the Harbourfront Centre and the Canadian Opera Company's Richard Bradshaw Amphitheatre. In 2021, she added another important entry into her list of accomplishments, the release of her debut EP, No Holding Back. Everyone, please give a warm welcome to Joanna Majoko.
Autumn in New York, why does it seem so inviting? Autumn in New York, it spells a thrill of new sighting. Glittering crowds and shimmering clowns in canyons of steel, they're making me feel I'm home. Autumn in New York, that brings the promise of new love. Autumn in New York, it's often mingled with pain. Dreamers with empty hands, they sigh for exotic lands. It's autumn in New York, it's good to live it again. the promise of new love. Autumn in New York, it's often mingled with pain. Dreamers with empty hands, they sigh for exotic lands. It's autumn in New York, it's good to live it again. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here. I am so honored to be a part of this amazing program, the Discover Women in Jazz. Thank you to Jazz FM for having us, to this amazing audience we have in front of us, and to those of you listening to us on the radio or watching us on YouTube. We just played a beautiful standard called Autumn in New York, and that was a wonderful arrangement by Andrew Marzotto and myself. This next song is one of my favorite standards. This is a song by Bill Evans and Miles Davis. This is Blue and Green. And if you're a fan of Gretchen Parlato, she does this on one of her first records. So we hope you enjoy. Hues of blue and green Thank you so much. I'm going to take a very short moment to introduce everybody. On drums, we have Jinu Isac. Give it up for Jinu Isac. On the double bass, we have Jonathan Chapman. On guitar, we have Andrew Marzotto. And on keys and piano, we have Ewen Farncombe. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulty. But are you all enjoying the music so far? Awesome. And I hope everybody on the airwaves listening in is enjoying yourselves as well. So that was Blue and Green. This next song is by one of my favorite artists. Her name is Georgia Ann Muldrow. She is phenomenally unique in herself, and she's so real with her lyricism and her writing altogether, and I've always loved this song. I also did a segment on Jazzology, and this was one of the songs that I featured as one of the songs that has inspired me. This is going to be Keep It Real. We hope you enjoy.
If I took away your language and your trust and told you to be ashamed of where you come from, tell me now, how would you feel? How would you feel? Oh, if I locked you up for 100 years or more, sold your children off like candy in a store, come on now. How would you feel? How would you feel? Oh, if I made fun of your accent when you talk, but in the video your dialect I caught. Come on now, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. And if I pat you on the head like you're a pet, then I look surprised when you get all upset. Come on now, how would you feel? How would you feel? Let's keep it real, 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 real. Oh, if I look away your language and your trust keep it real, let's keep it real. Oh, if I made fun of your accent when you talk, but in the video, your dialect, come on now, let's keep it real, let's keep it real. Oh, I forgive all of your ignorance of this, but my forgiveness doesn't let you off the hook. Reparations is the next song off my hook. You gotta keep it real. Keep it real. Na, 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 na. You gotta keep it real. Keep it real.
Thank you so much. Give it up for Jinu Isac. Such a great song, isn't it? Absolutely, absolutely. This next song is one of my favorites, and if you've been to any one of our shows, you've heard this a few times, but we love it so much. It has to be done. And I'm quickly realizing just by repertoire, I'm a big fan of like the Miles Davis and Bill Evans style of music. So this is Nardis, absolutely. And we hope you enjoy. So we can stretch out on this. You guys can take the chorus. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It's very easy. Here we go. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Joanna Majoko. Everyone give it up one more time for Joanna. We're thrilled to have you here today. Thank you so much for coming. So we're just going to do a little Q&A before we get back to the music. Talking in your bio in the beginning, you know, from a young age, you're involved in choirs, musicals, percussion, dance. What music were you latching onto at the time? And can you tell us a little bit about your early influences, kind of getting into all of that?
Definitely. My early influences were entirely influenced by what I heard at home, what my parents listened to, especially back in, what was that, the chunk of the 90s where, you know, if I was lucky to have a Walkman or a CD player, then I had, you know, the ability to listen to what I wanted. But for the most part, it was really what I heard my parents listen to. So it was a mix of everything from Andrea Bocelli to, my dad was obsessed with Lady Smith Black Mambazo, which is such a beautiful group. And I believe they've performed in Toronto, have they not? Yes, absolutely. A lot of Zimbabwean artists, all of them, Tkudzi, Thomas Mfuma, Celine Dion, to my dad also loved Backstreet Boys. I'd hear him singing Backstreet's Back, you know? So Phil Collins was a big one. I drive around the city with my dad and we just blast Phil Collins.
Really a little bit of everything going on.
Absolutely, really nothing that what I listen to today or what inspires me today, but that was my formative years, yeah.
That feels like it really fits in. You know, you've also done so much traveling. You spent some time in South Africa and then moved to Manitoba before coming here. Is there anything that you took from that time that really stands out to you as affecting your musical journey and the path that you decided to take musically?
I think it opened me up to being diverse in what inspires me and to be open because of the many different atmospheres that I was brought up in, and it required me to be open, otherwise it would have been a very difficult transition. So that, I think, has really lent itself to my creativeness.
So what brought you here to Toronto? How'd you get here?
Actually, I had applied to a master's program in New York City at Manhattan School of Music because obviously I think a lot of aspirations from people that choose the route of jazz music is like, if you can make it in New York, right? At that time, having just been a student coming out of my Bachelor of Jazz Studies in Winnipeg, I had no money for a master's and they weren't really offering me enough. And just through the advice of a lot of musicians, a lot of New York musicians were like, why don't you go to Toronto? Toronto is such a great community. It's also so central to be able to travel around the world. And that's really the initial thing that brought me to Toronto, was trying to find more diversity and more opportunity.
And what did it feel like diving into the music scene here when you got here?
The first 6 months was difficult, like as it should be. But I was going out to as many shows as I could go to, and I'm a very shy person and quite introverted, so even just going up to shake people's hands was like, okay, that's enough. We're gonna do that for 6 months, and then maybe we'll branch into like, do you wanna play with me? Yeah,
yeah, totally. So the song that we heard coming into our chat and artist is just one of the examples of your incredible arranging skills. I'm curious about how you go into arranging music. Is there an ethos that you have, anything you're keeping in mind when you're starting the work?
Definitely always pulling inspiration from other songs. The Blue and Green, the intro that you hear, if you recognize most of the song is in 7/4. I have an arrangement of Bye Bye Blackbird I did quite often in the previous years, and I lifted that intro and used that, adopted that in the Bye Bye Blackbird. So by doing things like that and then having it become its own thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So, okay, we have to talk a little bit about your 2021 EP, No Holding Back. What was the process like writing it, creating it, and eventually sharing it with the world?
Definitely. The writing of it happened over a few years. Some of it I had written just coming out of my university degree in Winnipeg. A few of them were written here in Toronto. And I used to play this Wednesday night gig at Reservoir Lounge, and one of the musicians, Nick Tateshi, who's an amazing guitarist and producer, he was like, "Why don't you just come by my studio and like show me some stuff you're writing?" And so I did, with no intention of that going any further than showing him and maybe jamming. And he's like, "Yeah, let's start recording." It just sort of happened like that, and I have to really credit him for pushing me to do so. So it wasn't a very like organic process. It was just sort of like, oh, we're doing this now? Okay.
That's really cool. Yeah. So I know we're all itching to hear more music from you, but I just have one more very pressing question before we throw it back to you. Any new music on the horizon?
Yes! You're actually going to hear a piece that I'm still working and developing, but you're going to hear a piece tonight, and I am writing with the focus of recording an album next year.
That's the best news. I'm so excited. All right, well, why don't we throw it back to you for some more music. Everyone, once again, Joanna Majoko.
I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree, and it feels like I'm clinging to a cloud. I can't understand, I get misty holding your hand. Oh, I'll walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play, or it might be the sound of your hello. That music I hear, I get misty whenever you're near. Can you see that you're leading me on? And it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you. On my own, would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove? I get misty and too much in love. Do-da-dum-bye. Oh, I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree, and it feels like I'm clinging to a cloud I can't understand. I get misty holding your hand. Oh, I'll walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear. I get misty whenever you're near. Can you see that you're leading me on? And it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you on my own. Would I wander through this wonderland alone, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove? I get misty and too much in love.
Thank you so much. That was another beautiful standard entitled Misty, arranged by Andrew Marzotto, who you're listening to on guitar. This next song is one of my favorites to sing. It was one of my favorites to arrange, and I really took a lot of risks and challenges with this one. It was one I sort of went on this journey a couple years ago with starting to learn how to play clave and perform. So I was like, why not write a song where we can do that? And we hope you enjoy. This is Never Will I Marry.
Never, never will I marry. Never, never will I wed. Born to wander, solitary, while my world narrow on my bed. Never, never, never will I marry. I was born to wander till I'm dead. No burden and no care, no conscience and no care, no memories to mourn. to wander, solitary, while my world narrow out my bed. Never, never, never will I marry. I was born to wander, to wander. No burden and no care, no conscience and no care, no memories to mourn, no turning, for I was born to wander, solitary, while my world narrow on my bed. And never, never, never will I marry. I was born to wander, till dead. No burden and no care, no conscience and no care, no memories to more, no turning and no more, no memories to more, no turning, no more, 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 never will I marry, marry, never, 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 never will I marry. Never will I, never will I. No memories to more, no turning and no more, no memories to more, no turning and no more, no memories to more, no turning and no more, no memories to more, no turning and no more.
Give it up for Ewen Farncombe. Woo! It's a beautiful arrangement, isn't it? It's a beautiful song. I should have said before, one of my favorite artists who hipped me to the song was Nancy Wilson. I heard it for the first time on the Cannibal Adderley Nancy Wilson record. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. It's a classic, so that's where the inspiration comes from. This next song, we're going to jump to Skylark. This next song is one of my favorite arrangements of this song by Diane Reeves. Her piano player, Peter Martin, arranged this, and that was one of the first times I heard this type of modern harmony. I was like, oh, wow, this is so beautiful, you know? So another one of my inspirations we hope you enjoy.
Skylark, have you anything to say to me? Won't you tell me where my love can be? Is there a meadow in the mist where someone's waiting to be kissed? Oh, Skylark, have you seen a valley green with spring, where my heart can go a journeying over the shadows and the rain to a blossom colored rain? serenading the moon. Oh, skylark, I don't know if you can find these things, but my heart is riding on your wings. So if you see them anywhere, won't you lead me there? Oh, skyline.
Joanna Majoko, everybody. So we have time for Joanna to play us out with another song, but before she does, I just want to give a huge thank you to everybody for supporting Jazz FM 91, and many thanks to the Pat and Tony Adams Freedom Fund for the Arts, Discover Women in Jazz, and to the Alice Dare and Mary Stewart Fund for Artistic Advancement in Jazz for their support of Jazz FM 91's education and outreach programs. For more information on Discover Women in Jazz, just head on over to our website, JAZZ.FM, and remember, this performance is going to be rebroadcast on an upcoming episode of Sound of Jazz. Be sure to tune in next week, Thursday, August 29th at 7 p.m. for the final concert in this year's Discover Women in Jazz concert series featuring Nicole Sinclair Anderson. Get to know more about Nicole by tuning in to Jazzology, sponsored by RBC Foundation at 8 a.m. this Sunday. I'm going to turn things back over to Joanna to play us out. So once again, Joanna Majoko.
Thank you all so much. We're going to end our set with an original. This is a brand new baby, so be gentle with her. She's still developing, and she's untitled, though we hope you enjoy. 1, 2, 3,
Woke up from a nightmare all too familiar. I remembered I had been here once before. Couldn't make believe love was just a dream. I came to see I've been living in a daydream of make-believe. I'd been lost in a desperate fantasy. Love wasn't the same. Love was just a game for two. But I wanted all, wanted heaven to call, and in this sweet madness, I don't want to believe that it's all fantasy. I'm hurting Yes, I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong. Yes, I was wrong.
Ewen Farncombe, Andrew Marzotto, Jonathan Chapman, Jinu Isac. My name is Joanna Majoko. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Jazz FM.